Good evening, fellow warriors, guests, and audience. Welcome to the Iron Realm D&D group. We have come to episode 28. Thank you, audience, for watching so faithfully. If you have not watched or listened to our previous episodes, I encourage you to go back and start from the beginning with episode 1. We'll be right here waiting for you to catch up on the adventure. Trust me, it is worth it. As everyone knows, we record our sessions on Wednesday nights. Once we complete the episode, we send it off to our production dungeon for processing. Once the trolls are done working their magic, they upload it to YouTube on Sunday afternoons. Keep hanging with us. You never know what you are going to see or hear next. Each week, we take a moment to give a shout out to 3 small businesses that are catering to the D&D and gaming community. This week, we are highlighting Craft with Advantage, Dice Eclipse, and Dice Makers Roll in Unity and Support. Check them out on Instagram, Facebook, and Facebook. Whether it is gaming podcasts, dice or miniatures, maps, jewelry, or clothing, each of these small businesses caters to the D&D enthusiast just like you and me. If you'd like to be highlighted in our weekly shout-outs, please contact us via our social media. Sources located in the description below. We'd like to give a special shout out to Arc Writes on Instagram, an insanely awesome artist who has captured the likeness of our own Bradley, aka Bronson Fitz, with an artistic eye. And we are now using that drawing as Bronson's avatar. For more information about arcs.writes, check her out on Instagram. So many of you have been asking us where you can find our content. We're all over social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We have our own wiki site, and we're on TikTok, and now we are on Pinterest. You can find us at those locations by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and the links are below, as well as any of these icons. You can find us there. Just type in the Iron Realm D&D group. If you like what you see each week, please consider donating to our Patreon page. We upload content related to our weekly games, including maps and other drawings, module covers, etc. right there. And there is an incentive to donating, including mugs, shirts, and other items that have the Iron Realm logo on them. All the funds go right back into creating the content you watch each week. Check the description below for details. And as a bonus, if you donate to the Patreon page, your name will be added to the Iron Realm wiki site as a donor. And when the Iron Realm module and manual are published, your name will be in there as well. Last but not least, we would like to give a special shout out to our own home away from home, Spec Ops Gaming Lounge, located in West Little Rock, Arkansas. Spec Ops is bringing a video game lounge experience that has never been seen before in Arkansas. We're creating a nerd haven for all video game lovers. You can find them at www.specopsgaming.com. As I mentioned at the top of the show, this is our 28th episode. We would like to take a moment to have everyone introduce yourselves to our audience, since some of you are new, and especially new to our viewers. If everyone would please state your name, just your first name, your character's name, race, class, and level. I'll go first. My name is Chris. I am the DM and the creator of the home brew known as the Iron Realm. Next we have David.
Hello, my name's David. I play Q, a slightly psychotic halfling cleric of the 6th level.
And next up we have Matt.
Hey guys, I'm Matt. I play Tolnar. He's a level 6 half-elf rogue thief.
And next up is Ray.
Hi, I'm Ray. My character is Blair. She's an Azamar level 5 druid.
And Jay.
Hello, I'm Jay. I play Jess, a level 3 bard and a level 2 rogue tiefling.
Okay, and Paul.
Hey, I'm Paul. I play Lobar. He is a level 5 deep gnome barbarian. A lot of attitude, little brain.
And last but not least, we have John.
I'm John. I play Zechariah, a human paladin of the 6th level, and I worship and follow the great and the mighty Alpha Bog. Alphazah.
Alphazah. Thank you so much. Now on to our adventure. It has been an incredible and harrowing journey for our weary adventurers, one that will live in their minds for many, many years to come. A simple task, find the royal astronomer, has led our merry band into the underground labyrinth that the dwarven monks call Er'fro'ren. A mysterious cult, the Udok Awu, have allegedly absconded with Relpek and his telescope, an instrument thought to have seen the destruction of the world as our party knows it. A lot has happened since the last time our weary travelers made their way through this dark and ominous dungeon. A lot has happened. A lot of folks have moved to other areas of the dungeon away from the main party. And as we have seen, we are locked in, well, not locked in, but we are in a particular barracks room where everyone has been fighting boggles and other creatures, trying to figure out where to go next in order to find Relpek, his telescope, and the monster that lives within Er'fro'ren. This is where our night begins. Let's roll. Good night. We're done. We're
Good
done.
night.
It's over with. Good night. Good evening,
Cool.
warriors.
See you guys next
Good
week.
evening.
Good night.
That's a new record for a game, like.
That's right. That's right.
At least for us.
Got to keep everybody on their toes. So, but good evening,
Bob and
everybody.
weave.
We do have a number of folks that are not with us tonight. Bradley is, he and his wife are celebrating their 20th wedding anniversary, so we wish them congratulations.
Yeah.
Ami
So
is
lucky.
taking a night away, and we have several others that are having to be away from us for the time being, which is okay. We miss them and we wish them all the best, and we'll see them in the near future. I will let our audience know that starting next week, we will be going to every other week for our broadcasts and our games that are live to Zoom, and then uploaded to YouTube. We're doing this in a transition because of COVID restrictions being lessened in our area, and many of us had started off with the Iron Realm being live and in person every week at Spec Ops Gaming Lounge, so many of us are itching to get back to that and want to, but we still want to continue doing this story, and so we're excited to be doing two at the same time in the Iron Realm, which will eventually develop into what we are doing with our manual and modules when it finally is ready to be released. So that being said, we are glad that everybody is with us tonight that is here. We do have some new faces, and we're glad that Jay is back with us. And Paul is back with us after some health things going on with him, and a new player who hasn't been with us for over a year, Ray. It's great to see you again. I'm glad to have you back and playing a new character this time. So welcome, everyone. Yes,
Glad to be here.
The last time that you guys were together, you were in room 20.
Yep.
Several folks have been stashed because they were asleep into room 18, but a group of boggles came out from underneath the fourth bed where Bronson was, jumping up and down on the beds, and kind of like a hive of bees. These four boggles came out and attacked everybody. And quickly were dispatched, with the exception of one that decided to let go of his oil all over the first bed. And that's where we finished our night. So collect your thoughts and wits. Let's see. Blair, you, while the rest of the group is kind of collecting your thoughts and what you're going to do, and you're more than welcome to discuss things in chat for a couple of minutes, but just to bring Blair into the picture, you have woken up from a very deep sleep inside a cavernous underground labyrinth, for lack of a better word, of hallways and statues that, as you pass by, some of them look like petrified wooden characters, but are made of stone. It's very dimly lit, well enough that you can actually walk, but the floor itself, the flagstones, are covered in dust, and you can see footprints in several areas, especially where you are at the moment. I don't know if you can actually see. You're further up north on the map, and I use north, south, east, and west. Your icon is up in one of the central corridors. You've woken up from a deep sleep, looking around in this hallway. You hear the distant voices of people talking to the south of you. You have an opportunity to kind of get your bearings and then move whichever way you want to. You just need to let me know which way you want to go. And you should have control of your character.
In the moments that we are working or gathering our thoughts, I happen to notice that Bronson is feeling woozy and tired and seems to be on the verge of collapse. So I lay him in the bed right in front of the chest that he was ransacking.
Okay.
And let him rest there.
Okay. Blair, where and what do you want to do? Do you have the ability to move your character?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I would like to go left.
To the left? Okay, so you're going to go to the west. Okay, go ahead and see if you can move your character for the moment. There you go. As you're making your way past the statue, you see ahead of you a set of stairs that go up, and then a hallway that actually leads straight ahead of you. There's going north, basically continuing west, and then going south. The voices that you're hearing actually are further to your south, but they're echoing off the walls enough that it makes it kind of hard to judge exactly where you're going or where they're coming from. So.
And also, after I tuck a pillow gently under Bronson's head and not over his face, as is my first inclination, is I'm going to examine the net that I pulled out of the trunk that I was ransacking, and give it a good once over. And now that I have compared the trident and the net, I'm desperately examining and looking for insight to determine how the two work together, or are they just stylistically matching?
Roll an insight check. Ray, Blair, if you want to make your way south, you're more than welcome to, since it'll take you a little while to get down there. What you got?
10.
10.
Sort of non-committal one way or the other.
What you see inscribed in the metal of the trident matches the metal clasp.
Rephrase that. I didn't add my bonuses. I just looked straight at the dice. It's a 16.
A 16. Okay. The inscriptions that are carved into or stamped into the metal of the trident match with the clasps that hold each of the rings of the net. The net itself is completely made of metal. It's not made of what am I trying to think of? Sinew or rope or anything else like that. It's made of silver. This whole thing is silver. The clasp in itself are rings. The rings almost look like the dwarven rings that dwarves wear to clasp pieces of their beard into place. The mustache or the long beard to keep it clasped together. It's almost like that. They're rings that are attached between further rings going all the way around this thing. It's a 10-foot radius silver net, worth quite a bit of money on the market if you chose to try and sell it at any point in time. So, Blair, as you are making your way down, you see that there is a hallway off to the east that leads back up. And there are two doors straight ahead of you, one to the left and one to the right. All right. What is everybody else doing? Liana is also, she and the Drake are also, the guard Drake are also in the room. Appear to be doing the same thing or feeling the same way that Bronson is.
Tolnar is going to start stretching and waking up, feeling somewhat, better from, compared to, his almost, death encounter.
Yeah.
And looking around, seeing he's in the same room as Minx, Neri, and Tifa.
Mm-hmm.
He starts making his way towards the door.
Okay.
You
You basically have free movement until you find someone else.
So he walks out the door. He looks to the right, looks to the left, and he's trying to figure out which way everyone's went.
Okay.
Is Lobar on the board?
Lobar's probably in the golf bag.
Lobar is in the golf bag. Yes. Right. So once you decide to wake up, we will put you on the board.
When September ends. Quick question, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Me as the player, not as Tolnar. I know the green is typically indicative of hidden doors. Is that door open to the left?
The door that's straight ahead of you, the door is not a hidden door. It's just indicating that there's a door because the physical map itself did not have a door on it. The arrow that's going up basically means that wall slid. But remember, as soon as 2 episodes ago, you actually it was either you or one of the other members of the party stepped on a plate that caused that wall to
so there's
to
a door to the left right here?
Yes, there's a door right here that leads into the hallway.
Okay. So
you can hear the same voices that Blair is hearing.
Since Tolnar knows he's already been over to the right side of the map, Tolnar's going to go ahead and head to the left just to see if, thinking that this party would go to the left since that's the only place we haven't been, starts making his way over here.
Okay.
He comes down and sees
there's a door to the east of you, and you hear footsteps behind you.
Tolnar stops, draws out his short swords, and ducks behind the alcove here.
Okay.
And he's not trying to he's not trying to really hide, but he's trying to stay out of place so he can see what's coming down.
Okay. All right. And Blair, as you walk down the hallway, you notice that an elf has just come out of a door straight ahead of you, and turned and gone down further down the hallway, in the direction of what you presume to be the voices of other people down here. You tell me what you want to do.
I'd try and kill it, Ray.
I'm probably gonna try and walk up to the elf, if that makes sense.
You head down the hallway in the direction. You'll need to actually physically move your character if you can. There you go.
Woo!
Right up next to her. And Blair, if you would describe yourself to Talnar so he knows what you look like. And our audience as well, of course.
I am a gray-skinned Azamar with pointy ears, white hair, and fuchsia-colored eyes. My hair is pretty long. It goes down to about my waist, and it's got a braid in it.
Okay.
What was your class again?
I'm a druid.
You're a druid. Okay.
So do you have a staff out already, or a staff on you?
I
I'm just
have,
asking in general.
I have a staff on me, but it's not out.
Okay.
I think.
Seeing the staff not being out, Tolnar lowers the weapons, but still has them out, and asks the new person that's popped up, "Who are you?"
My name is Blair, and who are you? And where am I?
And I tell her I'm Tolnar, and I will tell her everything that's happened to my memory recollection for what's going on, for sense of purpose, not tell everyone.
An hour and a half later.
I was gonna say 5 hours later.
Right. Dot. Right.
And telling her that my party's somewhere through here. Looking behind her, telling her be careful of statues. They will come alive. They may attack. They may, unstone themselves and start running away. You never know in this place. And do I hear anything behind the door that's behind me, or
Door's open.
doors open?
The door is open, so you can hear them talking inside the room. Jess is actually right behind you.
I hear conversations. I'll come out into the room.
I was gonna poke my head out and go, "Hi, I remember you from like a long time ago. Then I kind of lost you. Anyways, hi."
And of course you.
So Asimir's common in the Iron Realms, or
Yes.
like in most D&D, incredibly rare?
Well, in this case, no. She's actually quite rare. Now, I do need to ask a question, Blair. Do you have wings or no?
Am I allowed to have wings?
Yes.
Then yes, I would like to have.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if I was
Yeah.
allowed to. So.
Yeah. The party actually almost came in contact with one on the first level of this entire complex in the main chapel, but did not by the roll of a die, which is kind of normal. But anyway,
When I see this being, would I recognize her as some type of a celestial type being? I mean,
yes. Yeah, very
So-
different from anything that you have ever seen before.
Right.
But you have heard of, especially being a paladin. Anyone who is of a magic discipline or a religious discipline of some kind would know of these beings. would have a possibly a not a full book knowledge, but at least enough to understand that this is not someone that we normally see.
Sure. Right.
So, and there's a reason why they are here, not just they popped into the realm. There's a reason why they are here, a divine.
Right. So I would, recognizing that, I'll take some type of deference, obviously, to her, and I will bow. I won't go to my knee, but I will bow, and I'll ask, have you been sent to us from the Alpha Bog? Are you a celestial agent of the Alpha Bog?
Not that I know of.
Well, I welcome you here into our group.
Lobar is going to crawl out the bag, finishing up. He's finishing up
I'm
a
a
goat
paladin.
leg and asking us how to
Dun,
fight.
dun, dun. You hear everyone in the party hears this groggy noise coming from the bag of holding, the golf bag of holding, excuse me, and you see Lobar kind of pop his head out and then start to move throughout the room, kind of getting his muscles back in order.
Yeah. Is it time to fight?
For those of you who don't know, we have a bag of holding that is a golf bag from 1973-74. It has wheels on the bottom of it, and anybody who is small enough that can fit in the bag of holding, their body goes into it, but their head stays out, because everyone knows that with a bag of holding, you can't be inside of it for more than an hour before you die. So Lobar tends to get stuffed in there, and he pops his head.
Well, and also, just like golf clubs, the heads are outside of a golf
Yeah.
bag, so
That's right. That's right.
it works. It works well, right?
And
The imagery,
Yeah.
the imagery works great.
And the golf bag is probably about the same size, if not a little bit taller than Lobar is. So, but yes, so Lobar has made a reappearance with the group. So, okay.
So I announced to the new figure that's arrived that my name is Zechariah, and I am a faithful paladin of the Alpha Bog, and we certainly welcome you into this group, and I'm not sure where you've come from, but there is danger all around us.
Anybody else want to say anything?
Talnar is going to move out of the way so people can actually walk out in the hallway.
Into the hallway. Okay.
I just announced that I'm Q. She can tell that I'm a short and cleric, and just wander away like I normally do.
Yeah.
I also tell her he's crazy. Don't mess with him too much.
You'll learn to like all those folks. So okay.
I'm the most irreligious, unfaithful, as in not according
Cleric.
to faith, cleric. But you could see
That you
that I turn the dead and fight evil, just not in the conventional manner.
All right. So so everybody's in the hallway now. There is a doorway that y'all have not entered into next to Talnar to the west. Then, of course, you've got the hallway going south of you, southwest. So you kind of have your choice of where you want to go.
I look at the psychotic halfling and go, "You want the door?" Because you guys always tell me I take too dang long.
All right.
I'll ask the
I'm just going to grab the handle and turn.
Yeah, Lobar.
and I'll ask
Or pull or push or.
I'll ask Ray Blair if she's hungry. Does she need food or drink?
I'm gonna laugh a little bit and say, no, I'm not hungry right now, but thank you anyway.
Of course.
Okay. So, Lobar and Q, you're basically pounding on the door.
Yep. The idea is to push, pull, click, click, slide, lift, push.
All right. Roll a strength check, please, both of you. Since you're our two tiniest members of this group.
Well,
I sprain a hammy.
At least it's not a 1.
oh, there it is.
No, it was a 2.
15.
15.
One.
All right.
Yeah.
Lobar manages to use his strength, unlike Q, to bend the door in enough that the lock snaps and the door opens, just about 2, maybe a foot open, and you can see just a little bit into the room.
Hey, if it's a foot open, I can get in there.
Okay.
If it's Lobar squeezing in, see if he's got something he can throw hands at.
Okay.
Oh,
Managed to see that there are 3 crates in the room, but you also look over in the far northern corner and can see a route going from the ceiling directly down, feeding onto the wall itself and branching out just a little bit, and then into the floor. It has burrowed a hole in the cracks in between the flagstone and directly down. The route itself is black as night.
Can Tolnar push open the door more, or is it just stuck at this?
Roll a strength check. No,
Oh.
it's only open enough for them to be able to push open. What'd you roll? Okay, you haven't done it yet.
Okay.
Your face
I have
was
a
like,
negative. I have a -1 strength modifier, so yes, anytime I have strength to roll or athletics, I'm like, oh no, I can roll 0, but I roll a 13.
you roll a 13. Okay, you managed to get the door open the rest of the way. And like I said, you see that there are 3 crates, and you see the route that's going from the ceiling down.
And it definitely looks unhealthy.
Yes.
Tolnard's gonna start opening some of these crates.
Okay.
there it is. There it is.
Maniacal laughter does not help our sanity.
They're all mimics. They're all
Never.
mimics.
Never.
When the DM laughs, it's too late.
All right. First one. Okay. To the page.
You encounter page 6.
Page 20, subsection 2-A, part
That's right.
C.
That's right.
1.3427.
Y'all
says you
are-
find nothing.
y'all are learning. Y'all are learning about
Paragraph
how to do stuff.
Roll on table
4,
2.
paragraph 4 of the revised document.
They're all mimics.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yes, but they're mimicking each other, so they're constantly in a state of
He
flux.
hasn't said roll initiative yet.
No, I have not. Okay, this is crate number 1.
I guess.
Okay, roll a percentile die, please.
Okay. Give me a second.
It leaps up and jumps off, bites off your left eyebrow.
87.
87. Okay. You find a gem that is blue in color. When you turn it, it turns a slight shade of green, and then back to blue, depending on which way you turn it. There's a crack in the middle of it, not on the outside. It's not like it's embedded deep within.
It's an internal crack.
It's an internal crack. That's inside of it, lessening the actual overall worth of the gem. But
And how?
within the crack itself, it glows red, almost like a heartbeat.
Whoa.
I just appear right behind him and go, "Oh, what you got there?"
Hey, I've lost low bar.
You lost low
Well, I mean,
bar.
he is small.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead,
did you,
Chris.
how did you get off the board?
No idea.
Do I really have to put you
Pretty
back?
little cuss.
There you go.
Hey, it's, I didn't
He's
move.
back.
He just
He all of a sudden Lobar disappears. His head's in the bag, and then he reappears. He's outside the bag. Magic. Okay.
He left something in the bag and had to go back.
All I
and
know
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
Jeff, you
that's what
got
it is.
competition now, buddy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
get it. Okay.
There are two other crates.
I will go for crate 2.
Okay. Percentile.
That's the door.
86
86.
with my fancy new metal dice that weigh a friggin' ton.
Okay.
I use my D100.
Nice.
Within the crate,
Be careful where you're rolling them metal dice.
you find
You do yourself a mischief.
That's it. Don't roll it on a nice dining room table, that oak table.
Yeah. Within the crate, you find a pair of boots that appear to be of a reptile skin. You would have to do an investigation check to find out what type of reptile.
Well, let's see if
hey,
I can.
snakeskin boots. Hey, anybody that's from the 70s know how coveted those are.
Well, based off my ability to investigate recently, yeah, it's not much better. 12.
Okay.
Yeah, total for 13. Yeah, 12. Yeah.
It's a very nice, or would be a very nice pair of reptilian skin boots. But you notice that the bottom, where the heel and the bottom of the boot is pulling away from the skin itself and is moldy, but the skin itself looks very similar in pattern to other skin shedding that you have found in earlier rooms throughout this complex. Mm. They are actually worth around 50 gold pieces, or would be worth 50 gold pieces if they weren't in disrepair. Anyone want to take a shot at number 3?
I'll take the last one.
Okay, roll a percentile die, please.
Oh, what? Really? Okay. 4.
4?
Well, if you were,
All
a
that
cleric-
rolling and just 4.
If you were a cleric doing divine intervention, that would have been a great roll.
Now, was that a 4 and a 0, or a 0 and a 4? Excuse me.
I rode these two things. I got zeros and a 4.
Okay.
I would assume it's not
4%.
400.
That's a 4.
4%.
That's a 4. Let's see. You find a small ring on the surface. It's flat and has what appears to be a fork engraved within the circle. It's 3 tines and the post.
Come on, Chris, use the T word.
Tines?
No, trident.
No, trident.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying tines. He's going to have to investigate if he really wants to know what that is, because he doesn't.
Come on! I'm carrying a trident around.
He
You
doesn't-
get something that.
Okay, I'll
Remember, the trident is bigger than I am.
I'm
It's
really
bigger than
waiting.
Lobar is too. But he's been asleep. He doesn't know.
I got a 7.
You got 7. Wow, that looks
Lobar's
like something.
not real bright.
That looks like something you could use to eat with. But it's
There you go.
engraved on the ring.
Yeah.
I snatch it away from him, say, "Here, give it to me." Look it over.
I was really waiting for it to have Elvish on there, and it's another set of ring.
and get a 15 on the inside.
Yeah, it looks very similar to the one that you have, the trident that you have. In fact, the rest of the engravings that are on the ring itself around the edge of it are the same engravings that are on the trident, as well as on the net.
And how many rings did you say there was on the trident, Chris?
How many rings are on the trident? There are no rings on the trident.
Okay.
The trident is a single shaft with 3 tines on it, which is normally what a trident has, but it's ornately engraved.
Okay.
I mean, Q can show it to you. If you
No,
really
it's sort of sticking out of my back like a flag.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
about as tall as I am.
Yeah,
I thought you said 7 rings and dwarf. I'm like, well, we all know that reference.
7 rings and dwarf. No, not quite. All right, so.
So about this route, is there anything? Just getting out.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, you're no horticulturist.
No, but he's
it really does not look familiar to you. You've never seen anything quite like this before, but other members of your party may know.
So, Chris, for the ones that has been in this campaign long enough, can we discern where that route's coming from?
Yes.
Or do we need to go ahead?
No. You can tell that it is coming from the same tree, from the level above. How it is managed to get into a position to climb or to go down in this particular room, you're not quite sure of. But
The down doesn't surprise me. It's the several hundred feet sideways that's making me a little nervous.
But Tolnar looks over at Q and says, "Do not tell Leon about this. She might go missing for another 2 weeks. We may not find her for a while."
Yeah, it's one of those things where I know it's from the tree. I know it's sick. I know there's nothing I can do right now to help it.
Yeah.
So I'm just wandering away like I normally do.
I understand. Whoa.
Lobar really wanted to hit something.
Well, Lobar, trust me, we will find something to hit.
Probably, yeah. Be
People
careful
are
what you wish
flying off
for.
the screen. Whee!
They're
So,
being
I'm
Go ahead.
following Q.
I'm down in this hall in the southwest.
I'm watching you.
I'll head down. I'll start following the party.
Well, I'm beginning to lose my bearings as the fog of darkness.
I look back and go, "Blair, you following or are you staying still?"
She's not exactly sure what to do with you guys.
Sorry, my thing wasn't working.
Okay. There are no doors to the south. It's just sort of a straight hallway to the north.
There is a hallway to the north, and directly below Zechariah and Jest is another hallway that continues on.
Okay.
So,
We go into the southern hallway. I'm going to look west.
Can we see? I mean, is it a dead end north?
Well, it
no.
goes to the limit of our vision, if nothing
yeah,
else.
your vision is, what, 60 feet? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
My dark
So,
vision's up to 60. Yeah.
Just about to there.
And based off our intuitive understanding of the layout of this rabbit warren, we know it heads back in the direction from which we came.
Okay.
The statue that we're right next to,
Mhm.
that's slightly to the east of us,
Yeah.
is that? Should I be cowering in fear, or should I just, look at it, poke it with a stick a little bit, and wander away?
Poke it with a stick. It is another dwarf on a pedestal. Dwarven monk, in fact. It is carrying a battle axe with the handle in its hands. The axe itself, the double-sided axe itself, is against the bottom of the pedestal. Y'all are flying all over the place. It's hard to keep.
Talnar's literally have his hands out going like.
Well, I wanted to,
one direction.
I wanted to
guys,
head
one
down
direction.
to the west, just to see.
Yeah.
Does it dead end there?
It does. It dead ends like so. There is. I can get it.
Hey, Chris, is the
14.
statue wood or stone?
It is made of stone.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about this one yet.
Directly to the north of where Jess is standing, there is a door, and there is a door right here. Sorry, I don't know why the door didn't populate.
But we can see the green for the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look back and forth at everyone and go, one direction, guys.
I'm opening my door because
We are
Never-
not talking about the Bardic group.
never split the party.
Right.
Never
I'm
split
gonna
the
open my
party.
door.
Well, you can, but it's just, gonna be a little bit more pain.
Yeah, let's fill in this little triangular hole here.
Clank,
So,
clank,
Jess,
clank.
you opening it?
If it's unlocked, I will attempt to open it.
It is not. It is not unlocked. It's locked.
I will
It
attempt to.
it is a steel door with that does not have hinges on the outside and no handle.
Is there a
okay.
keyhole?
For investigation.
Nice.
17. There is no keyhole, but to the right of the door, there is a hole, circular, about the size of a human hand size, where you could actually fit your hand into it.
Do not.
Nope.
Put your hand in that
nope,
hole.
Nope.
Do not.
Lowbar rose up. No.
I was gonna say, Jeff looks around, Talner looks around, and goes, "You back there, come on."
Send Lobar in to do a man's work.
No, Lobar has less intelligence than Talnar, so
No, but we'd have to pick Lobar up and pretty much shove him in the hole for that to work.
Listen, if Lobar was on your shoulders, on Q's shoulders,
Start-
you'd be a whole
Start
person.
with like a quarter staff or start with
Well,
an
the thing
inanimate
is-
object.
we may have to end up putting our hand in and twisting.
Yeah. I
So,
can do that.
Is that what you're going
Yeah.
to do?
Yeah.
Okay. When you put your hand into it, it only goes in about 3 inches, no further, and there is
I grew up in
nothing.
caves.
Say again.
I said, low bar grew up in caves, little small holes and things.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll get it.
So,
Go ahead and pull it out and see if you still have it.
As you pull out your hand, you only have like half of your hand left.
Right.
First 3
That's what I'm
inches of your
saying.
hand is gone.
Is there anything
No.
you get a hold of in there?
No, there isn't. You can actually run your finger around the inside of the thing, kind of like this. If you can see what I'm doing, and you can actually feel the outside edge of it.
Be careful. Be
There's-
careful there.
There's nothing. It's completely smooth.
Low bar just gonna pull his hand back, goes empty.
Right.
Can I poke my rapier inside of it?
It will only go in 3 inches. It won't go in.
Can I can I shove it farther to see if it'll break something?
You can certainly try.
Actually, Jess, hold on. Don't do that.
Okay.
I will hand you my rapier that was damaged. It was a +1, now it's a regular rapier.
Let's
I will
roll.
take
I
that.
know, David. The puns are just. I see you biting your tongue, man. I see you biting your tongue.
Yeah, we all. Well, some of us can get the. Yeah.
Well, let's roll and find out.
What do I need to roll?
That's a good question.
An attack roll.
Be strength.
Yeah, probably a strength roll just to see if you can force that.
That's an 18.
18. You manage to get your blade 3 inches in, but it hits on solid rock. It does not go any further. You can pull it back out, but it doesn't do any damage, doesn't chip or anything.
Well, I've done all I can do. Here's your sword back.
Thank you.
It was a broken sword, right?
It was a sword that had the rust on it, which gives me a negative modifier with my damage rolls. So,
Well, as we've perpetuated as much silliness as we can right now, Q wanders off again, back to the other door.
Bored already.
Attention span of a hamster. Height of a hamster too.
Is anyone looking at the whole?
Anyone know the knock
Besides
spell?
what Lobar did?
How thick is that door?
and I actually go ahead
It's
and
thick.
investigate that.
Okay, investigate, please. Roll
17 again.
17. Okay.
Yes.
The hole itself is not completely circular. It is almost angular in its design as far as the outside edge. Looks very similar to a lot of what would you be familiar with? Well, with a lot of gems or a lot of like a stop sign or something like that. It's
So it's
very,
like hexagonal dodecahedron type shape.
something to that effect. Yes.
You.
Who?
I yelled down the hall for Q.
I mean, we haven't found anything that,
No, but
that
I
looks
do
like
have
it would
a.
fit
Oh, you
in
haven't?
there. Have we? I don't know.
I found a gem that has it looks like it's about the same shape, same size and like diameter and everything as a normal gem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I look over at Q and say, this could work, and pull out that gem. What do you think?
What's the worst that could happen? Nothing. We're there already.
Let's
so give it a
die.
shot. No, I'm not standing in front of the door.
Neither am I,
Why?
but we all know how this goes.
Yeah,
Neither am I.
you've got a
Back-
celestial
5 foot-
being, and you've got a tiefling.
Right.
They're just standing right there in front of the door. And Lobar, who just like got right up on the door.
This
I
sounds like
took
a
a 5 foot
horrible
step
joke,
back.
by the way.
Right.
We have an Asmar and a tiefling in front of a door. That sounds like a horrible start to a joke. So
At least they didn't walk
Tolnar,
into a bar.
no, that's a bard.
Bard.
Tolnar puts the see the gem fits in.
Okay. It takes you a minute to adjust it to the angle that it needs to be, but when you put that gem in, you see that slight crack inside start to glow red even more and starts to pulsate, almost like a heartbeat. As it does so, you can hear scraping noise, and the door starts to lift up. Just a couple of inches, and then it stops. And when that heartbeat happens again, it goes up further. When the heartbeat does it again, it goes all the way up and latches into the ceiling, or into the overhead above.
But Tolnar, Tolnar. I'm saying the right name this time.
Hey, if you don't know your own name, I can't help you.
I have 3 characters. It's on my mind, okay? But Tolnar's gonna see if the gem can be removed and this door stays open.
Okay. When you try to pull out the gem, it does not pull easily. You may have to use something else in order to get the gem to come back out.
Okay. Well, that shouldn't be hard with my thieves' tools, but let's go ahead and investigate the room first.
Okay.
And
All right.
Tolnar
Going
will
in.
mess with that.
Okay. Lobar is just going right into
Tolnar.
the room.
Tolnar will go right beside him with my short swords out.
Okay. When you enter into the room, you see that there is an elevation in the middle of the room, circular in nature. Looks like it had a pillar at one time on that's broken into 1,000 pieces all over the floor. There is what appears to be a silk pillow laying on the floor, tattered in shreds, with what looks like goose feathers all over the place, just all over the floor. And that pillow is just torn to shreds.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
No,
go
no.
ahead. Finish what you're saying, because mine's
Okay.
it's a pun. So
The walls that surround this little platform have huge claw scrapings. 3 of them just scraped down and scraped down and scraped down all over the walls, each of them, including the wall that has the door on it. The floor has these huge gouges in it, and overhead in the ceiling you see several tendrils of black root going across the ceiling, but each of those tendrils is also broken into pieces by a set of claw marks, basically tearing those across the ceiling and dug into the actual stonework. So there's scrapes all over this room.
Okay, this is a place I don't want to be.
So the down pillow is down.
What do you mean is down?
The
It's
down feather
silk.
pillow.
It's a silk pillow that's on the floor that is shredded into pieces.
Cute. David caught it.
I understand, but I'm
Yeah.
No.
The
I,
down
I
is
give him. I give him a look
Whack, whack.
and do my normal threatening of cod pieces.
No, Bradley's not here, so you know.
But I'm wandering away. This is not a happy place.
That would have been a Bradley line, right? Yeah.
Hey, I had to
Yes.
pick up the slack.
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah. I got it. I caught it. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go
Chris
look at the door all the way to the west.
Well, and once everyone, well, hold on. Before I leave out the room, Chris, do I see anything that could have been on that pillow in the room anywhere?
Pillow or pillar?
No, there's a broken pillar that had a
Pillar.
pillow on it.
Oh.
A pillar that had a pillow on it, but that pillar
Okay.
has been destroyed, and the pillow has been destroyed.
Because everything we found so far has been either on a pillow, and does the pillow remind me of the past ones I've seen too?
It's
That we found
it's actually a little bit more ornate than what you've seen before. It's higher quality silk, but I mean the silk is just in shreds and tatters.
I'm gonna let Blair know and Jess know that I'm gonna start trying to get that gem out. So if the
Well, hold on. I'll come into the room. I mean, is the ceiling intact? Does it
Yes.
look like something escaped out of this room?
Roll an investigation check.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, 11,
11.
50-50.
It's not quite as clear as you might think it would be, whether something was trying to get out or something was trying to get in. But just by the scrapes themselves, it does not appear that whatever was in here was happy at the time that it was in here.
All right.
While I'm in here, seeing all these scratch marks, I would like to take out my knife and see if I can carve my name into the wall. Let's say Jest was here.
Okay, you can certainly try and roll and find out.
Could this have been where Drake from State Farm used to live?
Me's not here to get mad at this.
Yeah, that's.
Well, the reason I'm asking, I mean, we haven't used any type of a gem, right, to enter any type of a door up to this point. So that kind of raises the bar right there of being able to enter into this room, and then for this scene to be there, it just seems it feels more important than what we've run across before.
It also could be a red fish.
Herring, but yeah, we'll call it a red fish.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Or it could be, or it could be the most important piece of the puzzle.
it could be the whole
That you just
thing right
don't
here,
know.
right?
So, Jess, you are using a strength check to.
I was like, I didn't know if I was using a strength to do it.
Yeah, it would be a strength check to try and scrape into them.
Yeah, I didn't get a good one. It was 4.
Okay.
And the fact that you found the gem right before we got in here, I mean, there's too much going on here about this room.
So. Yeah, they didn't fly together. Anyway, so just in trying to scrape the wall, you managed to chip a couple of shards off of your knife. The wall is very, very thick. Whatever scraped into this wall has very sharp claws of some kind. This, and quite honestly, The the claws themselves are not the size of a drake's claws. They are much, much, much bigger. All right, Blair, what are you doing?
I don't know. Probably just gonna leave the room with everyone else.
Okay.
Tell you what, Chris, I'm gonna go back in there. There's something about this room, and
We can always also come back to this
I'm
one, too.
I'm gonna kneel in this room, and I've got a censer, which is a incense.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna light that, and I'm gonna pray a prayer to the Alpha Bog that I want to bless this. I want to bless this room to the Alpha Bog. I want to cleanse this room. If there is any evil in this room, I want to dedicate this room to the Alpha Bog.
Okay.
And I'll make this a verbal prayer.
All right.
And I'll light this incense. I'll light this censer, and I'll pray verbally to the Alpha Bog. I'll also pray for revelation, for anything that if the Alpha Bog would like to impart upon me, any information about this room, or to cleanse it of any evil spirits that might be here. And certainly any spirits that would be counter to the Alpha Bog's purpose.
Okay.
In other words, I'm trying to irritate any type of evil that is in this room.
All right. Check your chat.
And when he gets
Okay.
done and walks out, we're gonna try to get the gym out so we can
Okay.
keep this with us. If anything is in there, it can, and the door does shut, it can stay in there for now.
And that's audible inside of my head only.
Yes. Yes.
I pray more fervently. I pray with more conviction that the Alpha Ball can overcome any evil, that the Alpha Ball can cleanse any room of evil.
Okay. Are you still?
So I pray harder when I hear that.
Okay. As you continue to
Louder.
pray, and the other members are out in the hallway, down the hallway, and Tolnar is standing next to the door, you hear this audible scream throughout all of the hallways. It's almost like everything is hit. It's not an echo that's going, down the hallway. This is every single. I mean, it's almost like every
From
single
all
pore-
directions.
all directions. Every pore in your body feels this scream. Just absolute scream throughout the hallway, and then behind that scream, it's almost female in nature. Okay. The next thing that you hear is a distant scream from someone else, from a male voice that screams, but this echoes down the hallway, and you hear this, "Help!" And then it goes silent. As it does, the door to the room 21 starts to go down. The gem itself starts to beat. The heartbeat starts to go. and it's going faster, and that door
Can
starts to go down.
Can I take a chance to get out of the room?
Yes.
Just move, or
Yeah.
okay?
As
I'll
you
leave
do
the.
so,
I will leave the room.
okay, as the door slams shut, the gem falls out of the hole and breaks in two in Tolnar's hands.
Well, okay then. And Tolnar puts it in the bag his bag of holding and starts
Everyone
walking
gather
down.
around. Everyone gather around. When I lit the incense, when I began to pray, which you heard my audible prayer, I heard a almost deafening scream inside of my own head that said "run," and it was loud and it was intense. The alpha bog protected my mind, kept me sane, and I continued to pray harder. And you can see the result, that the door began to close, and the gem has now broken.
Well,
I ask that the alpha bog forgive me for not being as faithful to have thought to do this more often in these rooms, and I will not be weak in my faith again.
Right.
Tolnar will look at him and go, well, the door probably was shut if I got the gem out too and have been in one piece, but okay. And starts walking down towards everyone else.
That was a very
Standing
fast
by the
walk.
door.
Yes. Freedom of movement right now.
So there is a door. It is also metal, cast iron, but has hinges on the outside and does have a handle, round circular handle. The floor in front of the door, the flagstone in front of the door, does not have any dust in front of it. Almost as if this door has been used recently.
Tolnar looks at Q, goes, well, you're at the door.
I try to open it.
Open it.
The door actually does open with ease. Opens, swings out into the hallway with you, and you can see that there is what appears to be a fireplace off to your left, and there does appear to be a fire in the fireplace. Ooh, it's not what you wanted. Reveal.
Vilify.
Vivify. Okay. The room itself is 15, 20, 25 by 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 by 40. There's a desk at one end, fireplace with what looks like may have been a moose head over it at one point in time. There is a fire in the fireplace. There is some sort of beast hide that is laying on the floor, and there's a statue in the room directly ahead of you.
I immediately sit on the chair.
Okay. sitting in the chair. It creaks under your weight, but it is quite comfy. Has hides on it, and a couple of antlers are holding up out of the back for ornate purposes. But
Now I have
otherwise-
more horns.
Yeah. Yeah, but you as a tiefling are right there with it.
If I'm sitting here, can I ruffle through the desk?
More than welcome to.
Lowbar's just gonna take his goat leg he's been working on for a while and put it over the fire. You know.
You're gonna cook your meat for a change?
You're
I'm
not
shocked.
gonna eat it raw.
Shocked.
Is this a statue on the northern side of the hide?
It is a statue. There is no there's no pedestal to it. It is much taller than you. It is human in
Everything's much
nature.
taller than me.
It was, everybody has.
Touche.
It is close to 6 feet, almost 6.5 feet. The one arm is outstretched, pointing towards the door, and the eyes, the face is one of complete fright. It is human, in relatively ornate clothing. But past that, it's relatively unrecognizable. This is 25.
Okay. Well, the only thing else of interest is to examine the fireplace, and disrupt Lobar's meal deal, or rifle the desk.
Go find what I'm looking for
No door leading north.
that you're aware of. You can walk around the room and investigate if you choose to.
I'm going to investigate this corner over by where the statue is. And rolling an investigatory check.
Do I find anything in the desk?
As you rifle through the desk itself, you see that there are papers on top, as well as a turned over inkwell and pen,
Well, no.
and or what used to be a pen. It's kind of smashed into bits and pieces. But there are several scrolls that are rolled up. There's parchment on the desk itself. There is one relatively large scroll that is on the desk. It's overhanging one end and overhanging the other end. The end closest to you is kind of curled up, and on the other side of the desk is rolled up a little bit. So, I mean, as it's hanging down, it's still curled. There's also a rather nice brass stamp for and candle wax sitting there for doing a seal. It's a brass seal, and several other pieces of like little pieces of cloth and that sort of thing for tying up a scroll.
Is the ink that spilled fresh, or I assume not?
It is not. It is. It is rather dried up, as well as there's several cobwebs that are hanging, that are attached from the desk to the inkwell itself.
I'm going to try to read the biggest scroll that you said was there.
Okay. Are you just describe what you're doing? In other words.
I just want to look through the scrolls and see if there's anything important.
Okay. As you shuffle through the papers, the rather large scroll actually starts to shift on its own. The words that are on the scroll itself change and move of their own volition, and there are two tears next to each other and one below it that start to form in the scroll itself, and the scroll starts to come to life. Roll for initiative, everyone that's in the room.
Whoa.
I would also just like to scream out before that finishes. Guys, I think I've become dyslexic. And then this happens.
Ooh, ooh. Okay.
And if this wouldn't, if the inkwell alone wouldn't have triggered
Bronson.
A living scroll would have sent him screaming into the hallway.
Who's to say he hasn't gone up against one before?
I know he has. That's why I'm saying he would go screaming into the hallway.
It's actually pretty funny. He has had that happen to him before.
Since the inkwell is dried, I don't know if that would trigger his fear of inkwells.
I don't know whether it's ink in inkwells or just inkwells itself.
Just the image of the inkwell, just the physical inkwell, yeah. Probably sends him into a tizzy, yeah.
I don't understand why this is doing this. Just a second. Come on. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Huzzah. There we go. All right. And... Okay. Seriously. Now my computer is being uber slow.
It's tired.
I'm not tired. It's not tired. Come on. Let's get this up here.
So, hey, Chris, side point, since we're having a little somewhat technical difficulties. I saw a image says, me at 15, I will never use Pythagoras theorem in real life. Why am I learning this? Me at 27. So the cleric is 30 feet in the air. The allies are 20 feet away, but on the ground. Can he reach them with bless?
Right. There you go. Exactly right. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome.
Well, the hypotenuse is 50.
Right. Right. D&D is a great learning tool, actually, for math and English.
There it is. There it is. Ha ha ha.
Wow, social interaction. Yeah. How many things
Problem solving.
does D&D? Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Teamwork.
How many things does? There you go. How many things does D&D?
Skills.
Yeah, teach. Right. Yeah.
I'm never
help
gonna
you
build a
learn.
bridge.
Right?
I'm never gonna do this. I'm never gonna do that.
Or the biggest lie of the time when I was going through school, and same thing with everyone that's older than me, you will never have a calculator on you at all times.
Yeah.
Those of us of a certain age don't need to have a calculator on them at all times.
Oh,
Either in our
there's
heads or on
very
paper.
Nice.
Okay. So let's get this going here, and let's see. Talnar, what is your initiative?
11.
11. Oop. Okay, Q.
4.
Bronson. Sorry, Bronson.
Well, he's not here.
Bronson's asleep, so
Bronson.
ZZZ.
We can
Bronson.
text him. Yeah, you can
Bueller.
text him.
Bueller.
Bronson's in room
Bueller.
20, asleep on the bed.
Yeah.
So he has a negative 20. He's asleep.
Zechariah. Sorry.
Actually, also an 11. So
Okay.
I don't know if you want to do it off dexterity or
Yes. Up
What's your
decks.
deck?
11.
Yeah, I have higher decks. I have 16.
Okay,
Okay. So,
so he can be 11.5.
11.5.
Maybe 12. We'll round him.
Jest.
I got a 17.
17. Oh. And Blair?
I got a 17 too.
A 17 as well. What's your dexterity?
My dexterity is 15.
15. What is yours,
Ooh,
Just?
this is gonna
I
be
mean,
interesting.
Yeah, mine's also 15.
Oh, okay. What's the third level? Roll a
no.
die.
No. Both of
Balder Parchment Cheers. Go.
roll an acrobatics check, right?
let's see.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's flip a coin at that point.
Hey, there
Wow, that's impressive.
That's how it works.
you go.
can find
There's
my
got to be a
coin.
Can you
determination,
do
right?
like the proficiency of the decks?
No. It's usually it's a coin toss.
That probably would be. Just
I don't know what the third. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
am
roll
proficient.
20 actually does like a whole like point blah blah blah, right? But if we're
Yeah.
not using that,
Well, even at that point,
I always do dex checks and then I would just roll, percentile. But whatever you want to do, man, it's your call.
But even I think Jess and Blair's might be the almost exact same, even with the roll 20s thing.
Yeah. Okay. Just heads or tails,
Tails.
and it is tails. So you will go
Jess
first.
Jess is first on the 17th.
Come on.
So again, make him 17.5.
Okay, and 17. And low bar,
13.
13. All right. Come on. If I can type correctly would help. Okay. So, first up on the attack, what you're looking at is a weirding scroll. It has facial features that are torn into the paper itself. The writing, the ink that's on the parchment moves around and helps with the facial features of this particular object. So, let's go with Just, you are up first.
I guess all I can really do is attack it with my a sword, since it's like right next to me. But the sword does have fire damage, so that's probably good against paper.
You would hope.
I would
Yeah,
hope.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Any advantage, sure.
Yeah. Am I the only one picturing a souped-up version of the Howler from Harry Potter?
16 to hit.
No, I just made that joke.
16.
Nice.
16 does hit.
Nice, good.
Uh, 5 slashing damage
Okay.
and 5 fire damage.
Okay. Starts to smolder and starts to. Let's see. And that's first attack, correct? Or do you have two
Yes.
attacks?
I do have 2 attacks. I forgot. I'm dual wielding. I also have my rapier. That is a
Yeah.
And I poke it with
13 to hit.
You use a point.
That hits. You use the pointy end. Well, you can use the blunt end too.
Oh,
Well, it still does piercing damage, so that's still the pointy bit.
that could be blunt. Bludgeoning. That could really cool,
9 piercing damage.
9.
9.
9. All right. And that will end just. All right. Blair, you are up.
I would like to cast Frostbite on it.
Oh my, okay. What entails
Paperwork's okay.
frostbite?
It's you cause a numbing frost to form on one of the creatures that you can see within range. The target must make a Constitution saving throw of 14. On a failed save, it takes 1d6 damage and has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll.
Nice.
Normally it does 2d6.
Okay. It's halved if it passes. Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it fails the saving throw.
Okay. It rolled a natural 20.
Whoa.
So
Fast.
yeah, so yeah, it takes half damage if it passes, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what's the full damage?
2d6.
2d6.
Wow.
Full damage would be 11, so it will be 6 points of damage. Okay. As you throw that at the weirding scroll, you see the ends starting to tear. Okay. It is still alive, but it is the ends of it are starting to tear. Let's see who is next. Well, actually, it is next. So, since you were the last one, Blair, to attack it, it's going to attack you with Tendril of Light. It is a spell attack. And rolls 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Does that hit? What's your AC?
Yes.
It does
I have
hit?
an AC of 12.
Okay, so it hits you,
I'm not the
and
lowest. I'm sorry, that impresses me every time when I'm not the lowest of the group.
okay, it does 4 points of psychic damage plus 4 points of radiant damage, and it only has 1 attack.
I have a resistant to radiant damage. Does that change it?
Yes, it does. What is your resistance?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to figure that out.
Okay.
Well, if it's does it just say your
yeah.
resistance is?
It just says I have a celestial resistance to necrotic and radiant damage. It doesn't tell me what it is.
There you go. Then that means that you don't. You take half.
Yeah, I would half or 0.
If
She's
it, well,
resistant.
if
so-
you're resistant, it's
Resistance half, immune is completely.
yeah. So you have resistance, so it would be half. So you would take 2 points of resistant damage or damage.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, we're all learning
Awesome
as we go.
catch.
This is
Right.
not just a game with everybody's professionals. We learn as we go.
That's right.
So this
yeah, we want to learn.
And this is a new character for us to really learn on. So I applaud you for taking on something completely different. Now for something completely different. Okay, so that was him. So now it goes to Lobar.
Lobar's gonna go in raging.
You're gonna rage against a piece of paper.
He's ready.
Hey,
That paper cut could be a very big doozy.
That
That's
is
how
very
exactly
true.
right.
It's
Saying.
been known
It
to
could
kill
kill the party.
people.
It could kill the party, sure.
That's right.
Just about it.
24.
24 definitely hits.
6 on my first hit.
Okay.
6 points of damage. swing. Oh, I got a little too anxious. Got a 10.
Okay. 10 actually does hit.
It hits. Oh,
Uh,
just swinging wildly. Let's see. It's a 5 on the second one.
okay. As you hit him on the second one, the tear, the two tears, one at the top and one at the bottom, tear off completely. All right. The main weirding scroll that you attacked, you kill. But now there are two more, and they have.
Do they seem smaller, or do they
they're-
seem the
they're-
same size?
No, they're small. They're smaller pieces of the whole, but they are still able to attack. They had the same abilities. They're just torn off of that one. So now they're two. One of them is slightly smoldering because he is burned. The other one is completely fine. But they have initiative of 10 and an initiative of 9. So, Lobar, you did both of your attacks, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That brings up Zechariah. Oh, I should say.
So yeah, can you get
Yeah,
the new representation of the?
I'm going to do that right now. If it will put it up there.
Look like you put one on top of the other.
Yeah, I didn't. Okay, that may be the reason why.
Is that the positioning?
Yeah, hold on. I got to get rid of one. So, they are on either side of the desk. They've fallen off the desk. In fact, actually, I mean, in all actuality, one is right there where Lobar is, and the other one is right in Jest's lap, so to speak. So, but I won't put it right on Jest because they.
Okay, the one north of me, or can you label them 1 and 2, or?
Sure. Nuba 1, controlled by me, and Nuba 2.
So 1, 2, 3.
Right. So I'm assuming the one is just north of me.
Yes, it is the one directly in front of you.
Okay. So the spirit flail,
Okay.
the trusty alpha bog flail. Nice, 25.
25 does hit.
Wow. Full damage on bludgeoning for 10. Radiant. Also full damage, 6. 16.
Okay.
First attack on number 1.
Okay. What's your second attack?
Attack number 2. Keep staying with it. Oh, and here we go. Natural 1.
All right.
2 games in a row.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun,
I know.
dun, 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 dun.
I know. Right.
And I did.
Hey,
set-
50-50.
All right.
Well, it's actually a 4 and 1 and so many % chance of rolling it.
roll
Find out.
Roll a 20-sided die, please.
Okay.
Oh, changing it up from D10.
Depends on the page.
Here we go.
Unintended.
Another 11.
11.
It's my second 11 this
Oh
game.
no! Oh no!
Yeah, when the DM laughs,
It's
remember,
too late.
it's already too late.
Everyone in the room starts to smell something very foul as they look over
Okay.
and see Zechariah miss completely on the weirding scroll. You manage to realize that he has soiled himself during the attack. He
Get
gains
outta here.
disadvantage on all charisma rolls until your next short or long rest.
I thought it was just a fart.
Yeah,
And it
it was
was worse than that. So, I have to spice it up.
I don't think that we've ever
Everyone-
had a bathroom break, by the way, since we've got into this game, in February.
Yeah.
I don't think that anyone said, hey, should we go to the bathroom?
I mean, yeah, because it all takes place in a matter of a few.
Yeah, a couple of
days.
hours. Couple of hours and near we're all done. So
Wow. All right.
All right. So that was your second attack, is that correct?
that was my second attack.
All right. Yeah, okay. So Zechariah has done his. And Tolnar, you are up.
Tolnar will go up on the other side of Zechariah and attack the one that
Number 2?
is. Yes.
Yeah, it's number 2.
Attack number. Well, I said the
No,
one. I was going to say
Zechariah
the one in
intended.
front of
Number
Jess.
2.
No pun intended.
Not
I
not
see
Zechariah.
David coming in. Right. I see
Pew!
David's coming in for the kill. Right.
And I'll attack with my short sword.
Okay.
That's a 12 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
That's a total of 15 damage.
Wow. Nice.
And I'll attack again with my other short sword. That's 15 to hit.
That does hit.
And that is a total of 3 damage.
3 damage. Okay.
Yes. It should.
You notice.
Actually, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. What?
I lied. 0 damage because the negative modifier that was put on, because I don't add my plus 3 to my damage attack on the second attack.
Okay. So, all right.
Because someone cursed cursed me with rust that damaged my weapon.
Okay. All right. So that is Tolnar. Oop. Okay. So Q will be the last one. All right. So next is Weirding Scroll number 1. It's going to attack Zechariah. Is using Tendril of Light and rolls a 10, so misses completely. That ends its turn, and then the Weirding Scroll number 2, number 2 is going to attack Tolnar, since Tolnar is standing there, and rolls a 16.
That does hit.
And let's see, does 2 points of psychic damage and 4 points of radiant damage.
I use my uncanny dodge to half my damage.
Spell attack.
It does not. Hold on.
Does it work on a? Does
It
the uncanny
just
dodge
says-
work on a spell attack?
Uncanny dodge is when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack. Doesn't say melee attack. Just says an attack.
Okay.
You can use your reaction to half the attack's damage against me.
That's why we do this, so we learn the way it goes. Totally understand.
So how much damage was it total?
It
2
was
and what?
2 and 4.
So 3 damage. Or do I take just half of
you
one?
You take half of the radiant damage. You don't take half of the psychic damage.
So
It's 2
4
separate
points.
things. So okay, that ends its turn. That brings up Q.
I'm going to aim for number 2, which means I have to throw my trident past number 1, which means I have a chance of hitting him as well.
Okay.
So, taking the trident that I picked up earlier,
Mhm.
I'm going to throw it. Natural 20,
Nicely done. That is a hit.
which means
Nice.
since I declared what I was doing, that's a chance of getting both.
Crit.
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm not attuned to it, no magical effects. That was just a throw. Damage is 7.
7 to number, and this is to number 2.
This is the number 2. You tell me if I caught number
what's
1 in the
chance
throw.
to catch number 1? Yeah, what's that?
I mean, a natural 20 means I
Yeah.
since I called what I was doing ahead of time.
I mean, yeah, you hit it. It's a glancing blow as you hit it. So go ahead and roll to hit on it.
Well, you already declared I hit it. It's just damage now.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and roll for damage to it in and of itself.
6.
6 points to number 1,
Uh-huh.
and and how many points to number 2?
7 to number 2.
7 to number 2. Okay,
And by all rights, that should
Impressive.
pin one of them to the number 2 to the desk.
it does,
David, does
but
that? Did you
but-
double it?
yeah, it does it.
Is
If
their
it's just
damage roll doubled?
Okay, then that
Well,
would
you
be,
roll an additional
well,
damage die.
4 is the
4.
additional damage on 2.
okay.
11 points of damage.
Yep.
Seems right.
Okay. As you do so and pin it to the table, you can hear the audible tear in the paper on both ends, as well as the tear on number 1 that has formed.
We gotta set these things on fire or something. There's these things are gonna double. These things are gonna keep
So we
doubling.
went from scroll to message. Now we're at what? Receipt?
More like a Twitter, a tweet.
So, scroll, letter, note.
Right.
Sticky.
Yeah, post-it note. Right.
We are at the top of the order. That would be let's see, just now number 2 is actually if I can get the blank thing to work, is actually pinned to the table, but there is a tear forming on both ends of it.
Okay.
I mean, can we
I have.
prevent it from
No.
tearing? Right. I mean, I don't know if that's.
Are we trying to prevent it? Are we trying to like keep it together? Or
Well, I mean, I don't know if we
Trying
gotta
to
wait till
kill
our
it.
turn. I'm sure, but I mean, either that or we need to burn these with fire.
okay.
They
From
could
the
keep
wise words of
replicating.
Monty Python.
I
Vanya.
Right.
because of my infernal legacy, I have one time of day I can use Hellish Rebuke as a spell and not a reaction.
Okay.
So I would like to point at that creature and cast Hellish Rebuke.
Which one?
The one that's closest to me. Sorry.
Okay, that's number 1.
Yeah.
1 or 2.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Number 2, the one that's pinned is directly in front of you.
Okay.
It's pinned.
Yes,
to the
that's the
table.
one. That's the one I'd like to.
And tearing, right? And tearing.
Yes, both of them are tearing.
Oh.
So when I cast a spell,
No,
it's-
number two has 2 tears in it. Number 1 has 1 tear in it.
Well, then I'd like to attack number 1 then.
Okay, so you're gonna go past number 2 to get to number 1.
I don't have to walk there. Right? All I have to do is just point at it.
Yeah, it is Hellish Rebuke. So yeah.
So that's 2d10. Oh, I go. It is insta hit, I think. Two.
Hellish Rebuke, they may have to roll a.
Yeah, if you're on D&D Beyond, you can actually just click the actual name of the spell and it'll pull it up.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, but it doesn't say anything about rolling to hit.
No, but I think they might have to do a. I know
Yeah.
with Jeff, as when I cast it, they have to roll a Dex save, I think. But I don't know. With each
Hellish
character, it can be
Rebuke's
different.
5.
Oh yeah, it is a dex save. Okay, I just didn't see that part. It's a deck save of 13, so
Okay.
hopefully they get lower than that.
Failed with an 8.
Yes. Okay. 2d10. That is 14.
14
Yes.
points of damage.
Yeah, 14 points of fire damage.
Oh, 14. All right. You managed to burn it up. This is wait. Sorry. This is number 2.
They had 2 tears.
No. Yeah. The numbers. Scroll number 2, not scroll number. Which one did you go after? Number 1 or number 2?
Whichever one had the least amount of tears in it.
Okay, that's number 1. So 14 points of fire damage. Number 1 is dead. Turns into a pile of ash. Number 2 is still pinned to the table. Are you doing a second attack?
But it has 2 tears in it. Is that correct?
Number 2 has 2 tears in it. Yes. Are you doing a second attack?
I will attack with my other sword,
Okay.
with the one that's right next to me.
Okay.
And it's a 19 to hit.
19 definitely hits.
Now the difference is here you do not get to add your damage modifier, your strength modifier, or can
He's
you
dual
make-
wielding,
okay.
so he can't. I have just a 2-weapon fighting.
Okay,
So it's
so he's
two
actually
weapons.
dual wielding. Okay,
Yes.
cool.
I had 9 slashing and 3 fire.
9 and 3.
Wow.
Yes.
3. All right. You slash into it. The main body and one of the 2 scrolls or pieces of the scroll turn to ash. The one of the 2 tears does manage to come off and is on its own now. So we will change this one to take that off. Change it to 3. So managed to kill 2 of them. Well done. But there is 1 still remaining. And yes, it is about the size of a receipt. Thank you. Come again. So it is on the table. Just is finished. So Blair, it is your turn.
It's just made of paper, right?
Well, yeah, it is. It's what's considered a tiny construct, but it's not. This is not
Now
quite
it
so
is.
tiny. Now it is. It's probably about. Well, unless it's coming from what's the store
CVS.
from CVS, and then it's like that long. But yeah, it's it can only do so much.
If I no, I'll just hit it with my sword.
Okay.
Dagger, technically.
Okay.
I got an 11 to hit.
11 hits.
My dagger is 1d4 plus 2.
Okay. D4 and then add 2. So what did you roll? And you're muted.
I kept not clicking the mute button. I clicked like every button around the mute button, but the mute button. I rolled a 4.
Okay, you roll 4 for damage.
Yes.
Okay, so 4 points of damage. All right. Do you have 2 attacks or just 1 attack? Multi-attack or 1 attack?
I'm pretty sure I only have 1 attack.
Okay. All right. So that brings up. Let's see. Looks like low bar.
I just grab the darn thing. It's grappling allowed.
Yeah, you can certainly
I
try
mean,
and grab it.
I'm thinking because we gotta. I have dash, and there's a fireplace. Well, I can just grab it, jump in, and
There you go.
you,
There you go.
roll. Let's roll and find out.
Definitely.
I've got
Nice.
the dash action as my equal talent, so that's not
Okay. So running over,
What-
grabbing it.
And well, and what's
I
your
got 22, so that definitely hits or whatever.
depending on how Chris wants to do it, that piece of paper shouldn't weigh so much, so it shouldn't take. Ideally,
Yeah,
it doesn't take much for you to move it.
It doesn't say how much it costs to move it. So, but that's a good question. Never got
Because if it's the weight of a piece of paper, could he just use his movement and walk
Well-
over without using his dash?
Yeah, run over, grab it, crumple it up into a
Probably a
small ball,
grapple.
Bonus
and throw
action
it in.
to throw it in the fire.
Yeah, probably a grapple.
Yeah,
Yeah, grapple to get it, which would be a main action.
Yeah, that
Walk.
would be my unarmed. Right.
Yeah, and walk over and see if he can bonus action to throw it in.
You're
so
pretty good.
So the creature itself has to. Come
If you
on.
could fold it into a paper airplane, I mean, that would just be like.
or better yet, into a tweet, into a Twitter.
Ah!
The question is, if it hasn't already moved, the moment he lets go of it, some kind of check would be for a chance for it to move out of the fire.
Unless he
Otherwise,
jumps into
he
the
has
fire.
to. He has to
I mean, I can see Lobar doing that though. I
Yeah.
really can.
And then all of a
I
sudden,
mean, he's seen that fire works, so it's like.
now all of a sudden he just.
This is where this whole DM discretion thing
Yeah,
appears.
Let's see.
This is great. This is a great move, though.
It really is.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so grapple, making you make a strength athletics check.
Okay. I have bonus on strength check because I'm enraged.
There you
And
go.
they actually have to do the same thing to see if they can break out of it.
It's well, it's not going to be the same bonus as his. They
No,
can still
no,
roll
it's
higher,
not.
but
So, strength.
Got a +8 on strength check right
I
now.
like
With
that.
advantage.
Okay, so what did you roll for strength?
You said
20.
athletics, right?
You rolled a
Yes!
natural 20.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, he
I
actually.
will show you.
He
Nice.
failed.
Yeah, see it's right there.
Alpha's off.
Can't see it. Can't see it. There it is.
You're supposed
20.
to take a picture of it.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Alright.
Yeah. Chris will believe you.
So,
Uh,
I trust you guys. So,
burn, baby, burn.
so you managed to grab it as it's trying to get away from you, and it
This is
fails its
genius.
grapple. And you just walk over to the fire and throw it in.
Just pitch it in there.
Or-
That's awesome.
Or are you going to actually walk into the fire with it so that it stays in
Just
there?
pitch it in there, man.
Well, I want to. I take my hand and put my hand in there for a minute, for a second, hot second, make sure it can't.
Throw it in.
Because you are resistant to fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You well, are you
Yeah.
resistant?
Wait. Is he the
Well,
Typhoon?
no. I don't think.
No, but he is
Yes.
raging, so he takes half damage. I know to
Yeah.
piercing, bludgeoning, and a lot of different attacks.
I'm resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
I mean, it's Chris's
Tell you
call.
anything
It's
about-
a nat 20, man. I'd lay me.
Yeah, no, you.
Yeah.
It's.
It's a nat 20, man.
I mean, how do you want to do this? I mean, it's,
Yeah,
it's,
right.
it's
Yeah.
either you just tell me
I
what you
just
want to do.
toss it in their
I want to
head,
stick it
please.
into the flame and then let it.
Sticking into the flame, you hear it kind of sizzle on the corners and
Paper
watch
on
it.
a
I mean,
stick.
it's just you can smell that pungent old parchment smell as it starts
Oh,
to
that's
just
fantastic.
crumble into ash.
Yeah,
You
it's
hear a
fantastic.
slight scream from it as the eyes just kind of turn to ash and it falls to pieces
That is
in the
great.
fire. The fire itself goes from a nice orange, red, yellow blaze to blue momentarily, and you hear this distant laughter as it finishes burning into ash, and notice the what looks like a moose head that's over the fireplace spin and turn upside down. As it turns upside down, you notice that you're standing on the fireplace. You have stepped onto a small platform, and over in the corner, not in the corner, excuse me, not in the corner, nobody should be moving. Over towards the distant wall, you see that there is a shaft and a door that appears behind the wall, or against the wall.
Nice.
I'd like to go up to the door, and I would like to see if I can open it somehow.
The door is made of bronze. There are scrape marks across 3 scrape marks across the door itself, and you can see that there are notches in the door frame where the claws continue, and then it scrapes up the side of the door frame, like something tried to scrape across and then got hooked into the door frame itself, where the door and the frame itself meet, and then scraped up the side of the stone wall.
Is there a keyhole of any kind?
Roll for investigation.
There we go. That's 13.
Okay. There is a what looks like a latch or lever, like you see on a lot of wooden gates, behind someone's house, or the large, tall, 8-foot tall wooden gates. They've got a little latch lever thing that opens it up. It's the same idea.
I like to lift the latch if it's possible.
Okay. Roll a strength check, please.
$16.
It opens up easily enough. You're able to lift it and push. The door itself creaks, and as you do so, you realize that there's something behind the door, and it's hard to push it open. But you manage using your strength to be able to get the door to open up about 3 feet into the room, and you can see that there's just a little bit of light inside the room.
I also have dark vision, if that means anything different.
Yeah, well, that it just means that you can see at low level with the aid of some sort of light. But seeing into it, you can see that there's a wall off to the left hand side. The door actually it swings in this way, if that makes sense. And whatever the door is pushing against, you can hear it. It sounds like wood, and it's being moved off to the right hand side behind the door. So, anyone?
After getting my trident back, I'm going to try and squeeze through the door opening.
Okay. Getting through the door, it's 3 feet. You manage to get into the room. It is low level light, but you can see in there. And you can see that there is a bed. What was pushed away from the door was actually a
Nightstand.
yeah, like a nightstand next to the bed and there's another one on the other side, and over in the far corner there appears to be another like a foot locker, and there's a door directly next to it.
Putting all my minuscule weight behind it, I push the nightstand out of the way.
Okay.
So that the door will open. I mean, if I have to, I'll coordinate with somebody on that side to push on the door while I push on the get it open.
You manage to get the door open. It takes a little bit of effort, but you manage to do it.
We'll go in.
Okay, is this a chest on the far northwest
It's
corner?
a foot locker, like the ones that were in the barracks room.
Well, after a quick examination, I'm going to open it.
All right. It is locked. So you
Well, using my trident as a pry bar.
you don't want to use your cleaver for this.
Or your
No, I need leverage, man. I need to get a little further away from it.
or your thief that has actually unlocked
All right, Steve, give it a shot.
everything he's done.
Are you sure you want to do that? He doesn't do a very good job.
No. With me picking locks, I have done it every single time except for one that magically shut on me after rolling a 28.
Pick the lock.
I can't sneak. There's a difference. So, Tolnar walks in, goes up to there, and I will roll for my Thieves' Tools. Give me a second, because it's a process with D&D Beyond.
Likely excuse.
No, I literally had to put in my dexterity ability and my expertise for it. 26.
26.
Nice
You
roll.
managed to pop the lock pretty easily.
I can pick locks, I just can't sneak. I take a step back and...
What do we find in there?
Right, yeah.
Hold on.
Where's Jest? Right,
What do we find in there? That's funny.
yeah. All
Hey.
three of y'all.
I picked it out, but he got the lock open, so I'm willing to share.
Okay.
Right,
roll-
Jess? Aren't you like right there? Be like, oh, hey, cool, look at that.
Roll a percentile die.
I will come up behind anyone.
One
that
of the
finds-
three of you. One of the three of you roll a percentile die.
50.
50. You find 600 gold pieces inside the chest. You also find some fabric that looks an awful lot like the silk of the pillow that you found in that other room. There is also what appears to be a petrified egg.
How much silk?
How much silk? It's
Yes.
about a yard and a half.
Okay. I'm going to look at the egg and see if I get any insights on it. having looked at various critter eggs recently over the various parts of the mission, to see if it looks like something I've seen before.
Okay, roll a.
I'm working my way through the
natural
natural 20.
Yes,
Yeah.
it looks exactly like the eggs that you have seen before.
So this is the same type eggs we've been finding and picking up and destroying.
Yeah, or have already been destroyed. Yes, this one actually is intact, completely intact.
But will it survive since it was petrified?
No
Terrible,
omelets for me.
terrible. So, anybody doing anything else in the room?
Anyone want to look for the money in the bed?
Well, anybody want to jump on the bed since?
Bronson's not here.
I will jump on the
Here's
bed.
another swarm of boggles coming out at you.
I will
I
jump
will
on
jump
the
on
bed.
the bed.
Yes.
Lobar
Okay.
hates paperwork.
Who's jumping on the bed?
Lobar.
Blair and Lobar and Jess.
It-
are
I
all
know Jess said he would jump
Okay,
on the bed with me.
Lobar, are you jumping on the bed too?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. All
It's a
three of you
party.
roll an athletics check.
It's a party. It's a party. It's a party. Hey.
Where's my 11?
11.
I go to 6.
Sorry, what were we rolling?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Okay. I'm pretty good at athletics, so.
Fam's last words most of the time.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Most of the time.
exactly.
Right. Yeah,
I'm
don't
really
ever
good at
say
that.
Yeah, right. That's like at the craps table. You never be like, "Hey, roll a."
I
mean,
got
You don't
18.
roll a.
Or declare, I can count
Right.
cards. You never do that.
No, you'd be thrown out in a heartbeat.
Okay.
I got an 18.
An 18. And who actually had a 4? Was that Blair?
I had a 6.
A 6. Okay. Okay. So, jumping up and down on the bed, the bed starts to break into several pieces. The weight of the three of you jumping on the bed sends Blair flying, which causes her wings to unfurl, and she lands on the other side of the room. Whereas the two of you ended up jumping so much on the bed that it just breaks, and you're sitting in the middle of this big pile of fluff, and pillows and dusty sheets and stuff. But that's about it, and the rest of you kind of get a good laugh out of it for the moment. So, there is a door directly to the west of Talnar.
So, hey, David,
Sir?
are you wanting to keep the full 6 or you want to split that? Your call.
We'll split it.
Okay.
Actually, I'll let you have 400, and I'll take 2
okay.
because you did the work.
I just want to save the trident from, being split in half or something, because we know how the DM is.
Yeah.
What are you talking? What?
Just saying, if whatever chance it rolled horribly, the trident split in half.
Blame it on me. Just blame it.
It
My,
would be your call.
My clerical experience and understanding of things indicates that it's going to take darn near an act of my or your god to damage this trident.
Or the almighty bog.
Wow.
Yeah, that could be true. That could be true too.
My clerical understanding tells me that this is a very old, very ancient, very powerful weapon. And you've already been impressed by what it can do in a hand that's not trained.
So, What was the previous owner? Started with a P.
Well,
yeah.
No, not that kind. Not that character. All right. So what is the party doing?
Tolerant's gonna investigate the door, just see if there's any keyholes, or
Okay.
have an idea where.
It is
It'll
a solid wooden door, hinges on the outside. There is a cast iron circular handle about midway up, just like our normal doors that we've seen just about everywhere in the complex.
We haven't had a single normal door back to back in this place.
You know what I meant.
Good
You know
point.
what I meant.
So Tolnar opens the door,
Okay.
or attempts to, I should say.
The door actually opens towards you. When you do, the room itself beyond is dark, but there is the very faint hint of light off to the left-hand side as you look into the room.
Could I make out anything to the left-hand side with my dark vision, since there's a little bit of light?
You see what appears to possibly be a step leading down,
I
but you
look
can't
back
really
at
tell.
I look back at Q. Go, hey, you still have that light coin?
yeah, I carry my flashlight with me at all times,
Um,
or my hand light with me at all times.
can you let a little light shine in this room, please?
Well, and go under the tiefling, around the winged, past and then stand in the doorway, shining my light around.
Okay.
By the way, Blair, he literally has made a makeshift flashlight in D&D. He cast a light cantrip on the coin and wrapped it in a piece of parchment. So, yes, we have a makeshift flashlight.
As you shine your light into the room, you see that there are several statues, as well as a staircase leading down. When you look over, you see someone very familiar to you. There's a statue of Liana in the corner. There's
Whoa.
also a statue of the Drake in another corner. And there is a statue of Bronson in the other corner, holding out his hand with a cup of what appears to possibly be coffee. All three are
Bronson.
statues, and there's a staircase leading down into another level. On the staircase appears to be a small brass rod. Looks very similar to other brass pieces that you have picked up before. And as you're looking around, seeing your friends frozen in stone, you hear, "I see you. I hear you. I will kill you." And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Oh.
After I pick up the brass piece.
Ah. Wow.
I figured that's where you're going to pull that
Oh.
at. Perfect timing, though, too.
Yep.
Such ends the night with our group. We will meet again in 2 weeks to continue the story.
Killing us. Killing
And-
us. 13 days.
13
You
days.
killing us, Small.
Oh, gosh.
But it's a whole lot of time for you to speculate, to wonder, to
Well, yeah, you think? Wow.
what exactly is going on. But we do want to thank our audience for tuning in. We do want to make an announcement that we do have a winner of our big contest that we had with episode 21.
Very cool.
Name of the individual, which we will be contacting later on this evening, to let them know that they have won this whole bundle of stuff. His name is Joshua Ferguson. Joshua, thank you very much. For tuning
Joshua,
in.
good job,
And,
Joshua.
woohoo! You're getting
Everyone followed Joshua's lead.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, I've got this
Look,
whole
yeah,
box.
show it off.
I got this whole box,
3.
and he's getting coffee, and he's getting a ton of D&D stuff. He's getting his own
Free.
set of dice for free. He's getting his own set of dice. He's getting,
Nice.
let's see, he's getting a one-of-a-kind miniature. He's getting a dice box. Let's see, he's getting stickers. He's getting field notes.
Wow.
DM guide. I mean, he's getting a ton of stuff. I mean, there's more. This probably is like $200 or $300 worth of stuff right here.
Wow.
So, not including the
That's
coffee.
awesome.
So Joshua, congratulations. Please make sure that you tune in, watch, and comment. Tell everyone that you know. We want to see everybody back here for the further adventures of our group.
Hey, Chris,
Definitely.
Yeah.
that's the second winner we've had from our giveaways, guys.
Yeah.
First one actually ended up winning a bag of coffee,
Mhm.
free to them, no cost. And now Joshua's winning a box of
But
plethora of different
Joshua's
stuff
the clear
and
winner
coffee,
here.
and that's awesome.
This is
Yeah.
major stuff.
Yeah, we're very excited about this. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to all of our folks that we have given shout outs to that have provided us with things to give away. We'll continue to do that. If you want to get on board with us as a sponsor, or we've got Patreon. We'd love for you to be involved with that, as well as we're going to continue giving shout outs to dice makers and people who do clothing lines, and you name it, we'll give a shout out to you. So you just need to contact us and let us know. Otherwise, we thank you very much for tuning in. Please tell everyone that you know, subscribe, and make sure that you continue to watch us on all of our media platforms. Everything is in the links below, and we will see you on the next adventure. Let's roll.